During oral arguments, the Supreme Court's conservative majority hinted at the possibility of overturning the nationwide right to an abortion. That's causing lawmakers from both sides of the aisle to spring into action, even though experts tell me not much would change here in Colorado.
Thousands of protesters are in Washington this week, proving the stakes are high across the nation as the justices debate abortion rights. But when it comes to Colorado, the possibility of Roe v. Wade being overturned actually wouldn't change much.
Colorado actually has some of the loosest abortion laws in the country. There are really no restrictions throughout the entire pregnancy. Really, the only restriction we have is that parents of minors have to be notified. We're one of only 7 states, I believe, where there are no real restrictions. So I think those laws are on the books. They'll probably stay on the books.
But this change of tone from the Supreme Court might energize pro-life groups to try and pass restrictions in the Colorado legislature or put initiatives on the ballot. Colorado Springs Republican Congressman Doug Lamborn is already working on H.R. 6099. It's a bill that, if passed, would change the language used to describe pregnancy.
It's recognizing the Unborn Act. And what it does is it takes every time the phrase fetus, the word fetus appears in the U.S. code, and it replaces it with the phrase unborn child. Unborn child is much more human. It's much more dignified.
Meanwhile, Democrats like Congresswoman Meg Froelich are working to solidify abortion rights in our state.
We are very excited next session to bring the Reproductive Health Equity Act. And this is a piece of legislation that will ensure access to the full range of reproductive health care in Colorado, which includes abortion.
Planned Parenthood of the Rocky Mountains says even though Colorado's access wouldn't change, Roe v. Wade being overturned would put an immense strain on their clinics.
Our health center staff get busier and busier. We have been working to expand our capabilities for the last couple of years because we've been anticipating some of this. It's filling our schedules. And that means that if you're a Denver patient or a Colorado Springs patient or a Durango patient, you might have to wait more than a week. It might be a couple of weeks before you can get in.
Even though the Supreme Court just heard arguments on the Mississippi case yesterday, we won't have a decision from the justices until June or July. Reporting in studio, Mallory Anderson, KRDO News Channel 13.